The Second World War was a cataclysm unlike any other. It did not just redraw maps and topple empires, it tore the very fabric of human life apart, setting in motion the largest migration in history. Millions of ordinary people, families who had lived in the same towns for generations, were suddenly forced from their homes. They were farmers, shopkeepers, teachers, and children. The reasons for flight were terrifying. Some fled armies, artillery, and the rain of bombs from the sky. Homes reduced to rubble, cities caught in crossfire, others were hunted by the Nazi regime. Jews, Roma, and dissidents driven to ghettos and camps. In the east, new borders forced more vast population transfers. In the war's aftermath, armies and aid groups faced a monumental task. They built displaced persons camps, makeshift cities of survival. Former barracks and factories became crowded dormitories. Life was suspended, caught between a ruined past and an undecided future. Days revolved around queues for food, care, papers, and news. Families shared cramped quarters. Privacy was a luxury. Yet communities formed and a fragile society took root. Schools opened, theaters and orchestras performed, newspapers printed in Yiddish, Polish, and Latvian. People married and children were born, defiant acts of hope. Survivors searched for relatives, posting names and photos. For many, no news came. Grief hung over the camps. Stateless, their fate lay in faraway debates. Everyone asked, where would they go next? For hundreds of thousands, the future lay across the sea. Nations with room to grow opened doors, with conditions and quotas. The United States, Canada, Australia, Argentina, Brazil. Former troop carriers, now packed with families seeking peace. Weeks at sea, across the Atlantic, across the Pacific. First sights of the sea, sickness, fear, and fragile hope. Strangers traded stories of horror and dreams of tomorrow. Parents calmed children with tales of new lands. Arrivals were profound, symbols of welcome framed by trembling hearts. With meager belongings and precious papers, their journey continued. New language, new work, a new place to belong. Official support met social apprehension in receiving nations. Provisions, health screenings, and bureaucratic mazes. Religious and ethnic aid societies offered translation and links. The U.S. Displaced Persons Act and programs in Canada and Australia opened paths. But prejudice, suspicion, and language barriers loomed. Doctors, lawyers, engineers took manual jobs when degrees weren't recognized. Different tongues and customs magnified their visible scars. Integration was slow, powered by resilience and hope for children. Uncertain yet determined, families faced forward. Safety and opportunity began to replace fear. Survival meant work, immediately. They powered recovery. Factories, railways, and vast construction. Grueling labor laid a crucial foundation. Wages meant shelter, food on the table, and new clothes for children. Women kept households afloat, in mills, homes, and service. Children bridged two worlds, students by day, interpreters at home. Under pressure to succeed, their achievements repaid the debt of survival. Each milestone was a victory over the past. They formed associations, built faith homes, opened businesses. Their resilience wove into the economic and cultural fabric. Most dreamed of return, but the world they left no longer existed. Borders changed, homelands became foreign lands. For Jews, return meant graveyards and renewed violence in places. The Iron Curtain closed, oppressive regimes barred the way back. America, Australia, Canada, new lives became their only lives. Identities blended, Polish-American, Ukrainian-Canadian, Latvian-Australian. Roots in memory, branches growing strong in new soil. From DP camps to citizenship, the journey transformed lives and nations. They were architects of societies, not victims. They brought skills, culture, and a formidable work ethic. Languages, foods, and music enriched the national fabric. Memories passed down taught the price of freedom and courage to begin again. As we look back, we remember the cost of hatred and the strength of the human spirit. Across oceans, they built new homes and cultivated hope. The world is richer for their journey.